Maybe you, like me, have been told over and over again, tell your story, tell your story. And I think to myself, I can't tell my story. My story is too messy. My story has no importance. And of course, the most famous one is, who wants to listen to my story? Well, I'll stop there and start. I have a confession. I'm an award-winning storyteller, actor, and writer who has resistance about telling her big story. So guess what? We're going to come together for the next 7 days and we're going to work on telling our stories right here on my YouTube channel. So tell you what, subscribe. I'm Julie Jordan Scott. You might not have heard from me, but maybe you have. Who knows? I would love to have you join me for this adventure. And the best way to do that is to subscribe and engage. And by engage, I mean comment, share, like, all of those wonderful things, so I can get the confidence and I can give you more confidence, because once we get over that hurdle, we'll be unstoppable. What stops you from telling your story? I've heard this from marketers, from business people, from professors, from friends who are bloggers, and people walking down the street. Well, maybe not that. Maybe that's just me. But I've been told over and over again how telling stories, especially your story, is important. And people will say, who wants to hear my story? Or, my story's boring. Or, my story is too big, not big enough. My story is too messy, too ugly. And I'm too old, I'm too ugly. I'm too tired, I don't have enough time. I don't know how else to say it, but your story matters. You are interesting even though you think you aren't. And your time is now. Today I'm on a trail I'd never heard of before. I'm in High Point State Park. I'm on the Ayers Trail. And I was attracted to it for a couple of reasons. There was a turnout on Sawmill Road. And I saw something I've wanted for ages. I've wanted to pick some wildflowers. Not a lot, but I wanted to pick some because I want to make paper. I know that sounds strange, but I want to make paper and include grasses and flowers in the paper. But as I started walking down this trail, I noticed this is a big attraction, and part of my family story is when there are historical markers or any kind of information about the places we're visiting, we are going to check out those markers. So I looked over here and I saw there was a sign and nice art about a black oak, and over here there's a sign and teaching about the white oak. Black oak, white oak. Is everybody in the world you know going to be interested in the differences between black oak and white oak? No, but I am. There are people who will be interested in your story. Big, small, messy, ugly, backwards, hard to describe, verbal, nonverbal, slightly ridiculous, embarrassing. Those are especially popular. People want to get to know you. People want to connect. As ridiculous, as heart-opening, as vulnerable, and as scary, your story is important to you, to the people who love you, and the people you haven't met yet. The world is waiting for you to tell your story, so let's start telling it. I'm going to put in a short summation about the white oak. The white oak has a light bark, and the top branches may someday reach 100 feet apart. Its wood is really great for furniture, flooring, and fence posts. You know, oak floors, oak furniture. People care about oak. They care about the white oak, just like some people are out there waiting to hear more about you. Here's some new stuff I just learned about the black oak. Okay, the black oak is very common in New Jersey, and it's known by its square blocked alligator bark and its fuzzy gray buds. This is awesome. They used to make dye using the black oak, a dye called quercitron, and they used that for tanning leather back in the day. Heavy and strong, again, furniture, flooring, pallets, boxes, railroad ties. Trained person, railroad ties are super important to me. This tree's story matters. It matters, just like yours does. Now, I just learned these things, and I got takeaways. Maybe you'll have some takeaways you'll want to share with someone that you didn't know before. about your partner, about me, about whatever bird that is. As I was setting up this frame, I almost stopped because, see, right there, that's a toy called Moo. I'm like, do I really want Moo as this backdrop? It's okay. Moo is part of my everyday stories. And that is how Good Morning Love came to be. Good Morning Love is part of my everyday life, and it is a way that a lot of people know me. They know me from the daily stories I tell on my Facebook page. They are ordinary, everyday happenings. You know what? People really love them. They love them so much that it's become an important part of my story of consistency when I really don't feel like doing things. It's a story of improvement, and it's a story, most importantly to me anyway, of connection. Connection with myself, connection with others, and connection to future Julie. An example of that is I've been going through and having many reunions with myself, and a big part of that is because I wrote it down. I wrote it down. You may take pictures, that's another great way. Making video is another great way. In all of these systems, we are telling our story. Tell your story, please. I want to hear it. I want to know you. Let's connect. If there's one thing that I would like you to walk away with today, is that you're ready to tell your story. You're ready to begin. One small story of what happened today. What did you do today? What did you see, hear, smell, touch, taste today? Who did you talk to today? What did you think today? Those all have within them a story. One thing I noticed as I stood here to make the second draft of this video was the red-breasted grosbeak bird had been singing. And then she stopped. I think because I got too loud. You don't have to be loud. You don't have to be big. All you need to do is start. How about you do this? How about if you leave a comment telling what story you might begin with? Remember, it can be really tiny. The other thing is, if you're too shy to leave it in the comments, send me a message. I will leave a spot in the description box where you can reach out to me. I still haven't figured out how to send messages through YouTube. So grateful you watched, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video, so be sure to subscribe before you go.